Well, welcome back everybody to the Slowpoke Racing and to the Tyre Shredders Motorsport. Completely forgot who I was then. And yeah, the Tyre Shredders, supported by Serena Grace and also Hopper's Motorsport Vlogs. If you want to know anything about BTCC, then check out Hopper's Vlogs. They are fantastic, full of information about the BTCC, good interviews with the drivers. So yeah, definitely worth a check out if you're into your motorsport. Now we're here for the World Touring Car Championship, the WTCC, round 9, and as you can see, we are at Maggiore, Lego Maggiore on the West track. Lots of tracks at this fictional circuit, but we're on the West one. And yeah, this is race 3. So it's looking at it, I think it's a reverse grid. We have just seen some fantastic racing in races 1 and 2. It is all very close. It is all very touchy-feely. There is a lot of let's just say motor racing is not necessarily a contact sport unless you're in this race. It has been fantastic. So yeah, definitely looking forward to this one, and hopefully we're going to get a bit more as this race progresses. So let's just have a look down the grid, shall we? As I said, I think it's reverse grid from where they finished in race 2. So Johnny finds himself on pole position. Cy is in 2nd. Lightning Rat is 3rd. Racing Sim is 4th. Carlsberg 5th. Corky is 6th. Chris is 7th. Apex is 9th, and Matty Cake is Apex is 8th. Matty Cake is 9th. Now we seem to have lost a few, and I'll work out who it is as we go along. I think Gaz is definitely one of them that's missing. And the others will come to me as we go along, which is unfortunate. So that could be a technical difficulty. Maybe the cars just took too much of a pounding in races 1 and 2, and the mechanics just couldn't get them fixed and back on track ready for race 3. I don't know, but we've got some guys on the track, and that's all we're interested in. The crowd are ready to go. You can see the enthusiasm as they're bouncing around. So let's get this race underway, shall we? Let's get them lights out. Oh, that's a long hold, but we are off and running. Corky, it looks like, didn't have the best of starts. Looks very slow off the line. And now finds himself down in 8th, but they all go flying into turn 1. Oh, Johnny just managing to avoid the grass. So did Racing Sim, but Johnny's still out in front. He's got Cy on his inside, so got to be careful there. But Johnny manages to hold on to P1. Cy into 2nd, Carlsberg is 3rd, then Racing Sim in 4th as they all push their way through the chicane and onto this straight into the slipstreams now. So everyone pulling everyone else along. There's only Johnny not picking up any kind of slipstream at all. Down the hill towards turn 7. And well, all nice and clean so far as Chris tries to help Corky around the corner a little bit. I don't think there was any contact, but from what we've seen in the previous 2 races, this is all very tame. I'm sure it's going to warm up as Johnny, well, he really is having to work hard, isn't he, to hold on to that P1. Carlsberg goes on the inside as we go around turn 11. And Johnny's still managing to hold on to P1 as he starts on down the hill towards turn 13 for the first time. And well, we've actually had somebody stay in the lead apart from Matty Cake for an entire lap. In the first 2 races it was chop and change constantly, but Johnny doing a fantastic job so far as we go down towards turn 1 for the second time. Cy still sitting there in 2nd. Remember, he's got a controller that doesn't always allow him to turn right, but oh, who's that? That looked like Racing Sim. Went very, very deep into turn 2, got onto the grass, kicked up a bit of dust. Needs to be a little bit careful around the next couple of turns, although as we go through this chicane, he will get onto the straight, so any dirty tyres can be cleaned off as we go down here. Lightning Rat already serving a penalty of half a second. That's that served. He's in 8th now, down towards turn 7 again. Well, it's all looking very clean so far, isn't it? as Corky manages to get by Lightning and move up into P8. Let's just go back up to the top, shall we, and see what's happening. Oh, it's Cy now. Cy has managed to get ahead of Johnny. Carlsberg has gone through as well, so Cy has moved up into the lead of this race. He's got Carlsberg putting the pressure on him. Let's jump on board with Carlsberg. So we've got Cy just ahead, and if we could just look over that rear wing of Carlsberg's Genesis, we can see we've got Matty Cake. Matty Cake has made his way all the way from 8th or 9th, wherever it was. He was at the very back of the grid, and now look, he is in 3rd position and chasing these guys down. And well, this is the nearest Matty Cake has got to a bit of fun in the last few races, and he's already up to 3rd, so I'm sure it won't be long before he's putting pressure on Carlsberg and Cy to take the lead again. Really is a quick guy, is Matty Cake, but yeah, now he's involved in a race, which he's not done for the last 2 races at least. So yeah, Matty Cake chasing Carlsberg and Cy down. Now let's have a look at the fastest lap. It's Cy again. Now Cy had a 124, I think it was, in race 1, which is most unusual when everybody else is doing 130s and 129s, but so I'm not quite sure what happened there. I'm sure somebody will tell me. But Matty Cake, he's got by Cy. Carlsberg up into P1. He's now coming under attack from Matty Cake. Oh, is it look like Cy went a bit wide? No, we're all still going. So Carlsberg, he's having to defend for his life, isn't he, against Matty Cake? He's really doing a great job, actually. He's doing a brilliant defensive job against Matty Cake. If Matty Cake wants to take the lead of this race, he's going to have to work hard for it. Carlsberg's not just going to hand it to him, although once they get onto the straights, the slipstream kicking in, and there we go, Matty Cake has now got his car positioned on the inside of Carlsberg. It is a drag race down towards turn 1. Who's got the biggest gonads when it comes to the brakes? And Matty Cake manages to get that move done. Carlsberg didn't really defend it, although he is on the attack again. He's going to get the cut back. No, he can't quite get it done, can he? So that's it, Matty Cake got himself in front. He'll be off and running. Now who's that? That's Apex Wolf that's gone off. Oh, and Lightning. Oh, big spin from Lightning. Let's just see what happened to Lightning. That was a big spin from him. As we come into turn 1, it's all getting a bit touchy-feely. A few little bumper taps there. So into turn 3, it's still fighting their way through there. Chris goes through on another little nudge. Oh, I think it may have been Corky just giving Corky just giving Lightning Rat a little tap to let him know he was there, and unfortunately Lightning Rat ended up on the grass and doing a 360 and ends up down in 9th. So Corky, the instigator in that one, I think, and he's down in 8th. Chasing Chris in 7th, then trying to get in amongst the pack. He had quite an easy race in P3, got in race 2, got himself into P3 and managed to avoid all the scrapping, but he's right in the thick of it again now. Racing Sim, he's still in there as well. Corky and Johnny, Apex, they've all been involved in this. Apex, although he had a much better race in race 2. Let's just go up and have a look then. So Matty Cake doing what he does best. He's got in front and he's starting to open up the gap. Carlsberg in 2nd. Come on, Carlsberg, let's get you on the podium. This is what we want to see. Little flash of the lights as he spots somebody in the crowd. Cy also up to P3. Would love to see him up there on the podium as well. So he's just trying to get a little bit of a gap going, isn't he, between himself and Chris. Chris just leading this little bunch of 4 cars. So although he'll be looking at trying to get P3 away from Cy, he's also got to keep his eye on the mirror, because we've got Corky in there, we've got Johnny in there, we've got Racing Sim in there. As Racing Sim has a look on the inside of Johnny as they go into turn 7. Great move from, oh, I was going to say great move from Racing Sim, but he did catch Corky on the exit. Corky unfortunately got pushed into the sand, into the gravel, and he finds himself now down in P8. I'm not so sure that Racing Sim really knew much about Corky. I don't know if he knew he was there, but Racing Sim now has dropped down to 6. He's having a fight with Johnny. Johnny up into 5th. Si in 4th. So Chris has managed to get by Si. Although Si is going to fight back as they go down 13 to turn 13 and onto the start finish straight again. They will go across the line to start lap 6. We are at just approaching 8 minutes into this third and final race here in Italy. And it's already stacking up to be as exciting as the first two were. Chris got himself back up into P3, but for how long? Si wants to get on that podium. Let's just see how Matty Cake and Carlsberg, if they get a gap now. Matty Cake has opened up quite a decent gap, hasn't he now? Back to Carlsberg. Carlsberg, he has got a gap. He has got a gap. He just needs to push and open it up. We don't know how long it is. I would say it's about, what, 1.5 seconds, something like that, 2 seconds. But if he can keep pushing, he'll have a bit of an easier run-in than he did in race 2. Chris into P3, he'll be looking to do the same again as he did in race 2. He got himself a decent gap, as we've just been saying what Carlsberg needs to do. So Chris needs to do exactly the same and let the guys behind him scrap it out. And while they are scrapping it out, they're not catching up. But Johnny now in 4th for now. Racing Sim, he's having a bit of a fight with Lightning. So Racing Sim in 5th then we've got Si. Corky, oh, as Lightning, he ends up facing the wrong way. And down to 8th, big spin for Lightning. Let's jump on board with Corky as we look to make the move on Si as we go down towards turn 1. Hard on the brakes for this left-hander, which immediately then throws you into a right-hander. Just feathering that accelerator. You don't want to be pushed too far to the left. And then straight away again you're into a right-hander down the hill. Avoid that sausage curve on the right. Trying to miss the grass on the left. The side just kicks up a little bit of dust. Through turns 4, 5 and 6, this little chicane area, and then we're onto this long straight, half a mile long. Oh, as Johnny drifts across there as Corky tries to follow Si through. I think Johnny didn't realise he was there, and Corky's going to have to go around the outside if he wants this. Oh, he looks for the cutback, but maybe took a bit too much corner. I could see what he was trying to do there. He may have took a bit too much corner, but I think he's got away with it. He's not picked a penalty up, and he's in P6, and they are all still going the right way. Now he's down to P8, but it just chops and changes so quickly. Lightning, I think he took a little bit too much track there for Lightning. Yeah, he did. He's picked up a half a second. I thought he nicked a bit too much. But that's Lightning in 8th position. Not for long, I'm sure. Oh, and Matty Cake has come into the pits now. Why has he come into the pits? Maybe it's a mandatory pit stop, I'm not sure. But Matty Cake, very unusual for him to come into the pits now. Then what's this? There's no damage. Oh, he's having a tyre change. So Matty Cake's had a tyre change. Now, did he cross that pit lane line as well? Sometimes the pit lane things are so sensitive, but he's got away with that. But he has got a half a second. So Matty Cake finds himself down in 8th with Apex in 9th. Well, now we're going to see what Matty Cake is made of. He's going to serve his penalty, and well, he's a good couple of seconds, 3 seconds or so, well, maybe more than that, probably 4 or 5 seconds at the minute off the back of the pack. We are just approaching 12 minutes, so he's got just over 8 minutes to get himself back up into the lead. I'm not sure quite what happened to Matty Cake. He was out in front and looking comfortable as normal, but came into the pit, change of tyres. Well, I'm not sure what that was all about. But the current leader at the minute, race 3 in Italy at Lego Maggiore, is Chris, R390 to give him his full title, is out and leading this race from Carlsberg, sitting in second. But these two looking to pull away from the pack. Racing Sim currently sitting in third as well. He's looking okay at the minute. Hasn't got the rest of the pack behind him, but here they come, led by Sai in fourth, Corky in fifth. Then we've got Johnny, well, Matty Cake now. Well, Matty Cake. Oh, as Sai really thumps that curb, and Enzo, let's just go back and have a look at that. As Sai really took a chunk out of this corner and got across that sausage curb. That's unsettled the car, threw him onto the grass, and well, it looked like Matty Cake followed him then. So it all got a little bit messy around turn 3. Matty Cake, well, he's caught the pack up, hasn't he? So the boost is definitely on, as Matty Cake now looks to make his way back through the pack and up and try and get back on the podium himself. So Matty Cake in 7th then. It's about time he got involved in a few of these little scuffles. As he moves into 6th, he looks to take 5th away from Johnny, and he gets that one done, and now he's got Corky in his sights as they head up towards turn 10. So Matty Cake concentrating on the back of Corky's car. There's still quite a bit of work to do for Matty Cake if he wants to get on the podium, though. I think it's only a matter of time before he gets by Corky. He's tucked right underneath the smelly end of that Mazda of Corky's, and Matty Cake pulls to the inside. We've seen him do this against Carlsberg earlier, didn't we? Down towards turn 1, hard on the brakes into this left-hander, and yeah, made it look easy in the end. So Matty Cake now up to 4th. Like I say though, still got a little bit of work to do to get himself on the podium. We've got about, well, 5 and just approaching 5.5 minutes of this third and final race left, as Apex Wolf and Corky have a bit of a door session there, side by side. Johnny's getting involved in that as well. Along the straight, down the hill, into turn 7. Who's going to be on the brakes first? Oh, and Lightning, well, Lightning literally came from nowhere there to move up into P6, got on the inside. I think everybody else was concentrating on what each other were doing. They didn't even see Lightning coming, and he flew up the inside, didn't he? So great racing from him. Johnny in 5th. He's just going to be taken by Apex, who's took the tighter line through that double right-hander of turn 10 and 11, and Apex moves up into 5th. Let's just have a look, see where Matty Cake is. Is he on to the back of Racing Sim yet? Not quite. He can see him, but now he's got the rest of the pack chasing him down. Apex, look, getting right up and personal with Matty Cake. Only going to be a matter of a couple of turns. Now it's Chris out in front. We have had a change of lead, so it is it's Chris. Oh, did we have was Chris leading? I can't remember now. I've lost my train of thought. So Chris, anyway, is out in front. He's got about a second, maybe just under a second gap back to Carlsberg in second. Then we've got Racing Sim in third. Matty Cake in 4th. What we got time-wise, let's have a look. We are approaching 16 minutes, so 4 minutes left, which is probably going to be, what, 2-3 laps? So if these top 3 want to get on the podium, they've got some defending to do, I think, because look who's chasing them down in 4th. It is Matty Cake, but he's not on his own. He has got Apex Wolf with him, he's got Corky with him, Johnny is in there, Lightning is in there. Where's Sai gone? Well, we don't know where Sai is. Oh, there he is. Oh, Sai is parked up. So what's happened to Sai? Has he had a disconnect, or what's happened? We don't know. But Sai is parked up, unfortunately. Now that may well be a yellow flag area as well, if the flag rules are on, so we'll just follow Chris through and see. Yeah, it is, there we go, the yellow flag's on. Now this could get very tricky for somebody, because if you overtake under a yellow flag, then you are going to get a penalty. So it's going to be very difficult, especially when you're side by side, like some of these guys are. So everybody having to sort of calm down and behave themselves as they just go past sight. Is he up and running now? I think actually Si may have got it. No, he's gone. So Si has had to retire. We missed it, but the forklift truck came round, picked the car up and took it off the track. So that's Si unfortunately had to retire from the race. So maybe the dodgy controller finally gave up on him. Or is he back again? I don't know. We're down to 8. Let's have a look. Let's see. I can't see him. So yeah, it does look like Si has had to go. Oh, and who's that that's gone? Oh, it's our race leader. It's Chris. Oh my, what has happened to Chris? We had everything crossed for him. He was looking comfortable out in front, no pressure whatsoever at turn 7. He just couldn't get that turn completed onto the kitty litter, and then that's so unlucky for Chris. I am almost cussing and cursing for you, my friend. From 1st to 8th with well, about 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes to go. What an absolute disaster for Chris. I'm sure he doesn't want us to dwell on that, so let's go back up to the top and see who is winning. And it is Carlsberg. Carlsberg down in front. Come on, Carlsberg. He's got Matty Cake all over the back of him. Racing Sim is in there. Apex is in there. Corky is in there. Carlsberg really going to have to go defensive now. Matty Cake, is he going to do his favourite move again and pull to the inside as they go around turn 13? Well, he's not yet. There he goes. So Matty Cake positions his car on the inside. This is what he does best. Racing Sim has tried to go through as well, but I think Carlsberg has managed to shut the door on him. But it's just Matty Cake that stepped through. So Matty Cake now moves back up into P1, where he likes to be. I mean, fantastic racing from Matty Cake. You take nothing away from him. He started at the back. He got himself up into P1. Then he made a pit stop, and he's had to fight his way all the way back to the front again, and he's done it. So yeah, brilliant racing from Matty Cake. Carlsberg still holding on to second, so come on, we can at least get on the podium. We have everything crossed for you. Racing Sim having a look at the inside. Oh no, and Carlsberg's gone off as well. Whoa, what is happening? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What a shame. It was bound to happen though. You get this many cars all going into the corner at the same time. Matty Cake goes through. Now then, was it a bit of a touch or did he do it himself? Oh, there was a bit of a tap there from Racing Sim, I think it was. And now Carlsberg down. Oh, as lightning goes off as well. Well, it's all kicking off in the closing stages of this third and final race. Carlsberg from, well, we saw it with Chris. Chris went from first to last. Carlsberg was leading. He's now down in 6th, fighting his way back up, trying to get back onto the podium. But there is a few cars ahead of him. Oh, and a half second as well, just to rub salt in it. So let's go back up and see what's happening. Matty Cake still out in front. Racing Sim is now in second as we come up to line. We have a few seconds left, but most of these guys are going to get another lap in as they cross the line to start lap 14. So let's just see, is anybody actually going to cross the... Yes, I think it's going to be Lightning. So Lightning will finish first. He's got damage anyway. He comes into the pits and he will finish, I think, as he comes out of the pits. The checkered flag will wave for him. So Matty Cake out in front, looking to take his third win. Racing Sim in second. Apex on the podium again. It's been a good night for Apex Wolf, hasn't it? He's enjoyed his racing this evening. Corky in 4th currently. Chris has made his way back up to 5th, so he's probably still thinking about a podium, is Chris. Corky, well, it's on his mind as well. They've just got to get a little bit closer to Apex, but who knows, the slightest mistake and these guys are on top of you. Chris pushing Corky really hard. Look at the damage on the front of that car of Corky's. Really been in the wars, hasn't he, in these 3 races. Otherwise Chris goes through, so Chris moves up now into 4th. I'm going to have to go up to Matty Cake as he comes down the hill towards turn 13 for the final time, and we want to watch him across the line. So victory for Matty Cake yet again. Great racing from him. Racing Sim in 2nd. Apex manages to hold on to 3rd. Chris gets 4th. Corky 5th. Colesberg 6th. Johnny 7th. And Lightning, well, he's already finished in 8th. Wow, fantastic racing from the Tyre Shredders in the WTCC Championship. Join us next week for round 10. I'm not even sure where we are, so yeah, it's going to be a surprise for me. If you have enjoyed these races, then please remember to hit the like button, and yeah, if you've not already subscribed, it would help me out a lot if you could do so. And look forward to catching you all next time around.